What's up, everybody? You know what's going on over here. This is the best money credit on YouTube. Now, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to drop gems that's going to help you win. Now, a lot of people have been asking me since I've been doing the podcast about different methods. Now, people have been asking me about the iPhone method. A lot of people want to try to get iPhones. So, today's video, I'm going to drop the iPhone method, different methods, and how people really getting iPhones, right? So, when it comes to iPhones, there are a lot of phone stores. There are a lot of Habibis. There's a lot of people out there that buy phones. And a lot of times they be like hidden vendors. You can find vendors on Telegram. You can find vendors in stores, all different type of places. And what they do is they say, hey, you bring me these iPhones, the newest iPhones, not cash you out, et cetera, et cetera. So they probably cash you out. It all depends on the vendor or the person who buying the phones. So how are the iPhones being purchased? So at the end of the day, everything revolves around identity fraud, identity theft. So in order to get a phone, you gotta either pay out cash or most of the time what people do to get more phones with just a line of credit, they use some type of identity. Now there's multiple ways that people utilize this method to get phones. Now there's something that came on called the Klarna app. And the Klarna app basically is a line of credit. And once you get this line of credit, you can utilize this line of credit to buy certain things. Now, what people are doing is they're either going on the dark web, buying different pros, different fulls, and utilizing the social security numbers on them to get these lines of credit. Now, once they get these multiple lines, you got to so let me give you an example. So they give you a $10,000 line of credit on 6 different pros that somebody will use off the dark web. They now have roughly $60,000 in line of credit that they can use to go purchase products. Now, there's people out there that purchase a lot of different things. I iPhones, iPads, computers, etc., etc. It's just all electronics, basically, any type of electronics. And any type of electronics that the person is asking to get. So when they get now, there's different ways and different methods that the people use it. So sometimes people might just sell the method like here, it's the Klarna method, and they might it's just instructions on how to do it, do whatever, right? How to get the line of credit. But some people say I want to get the product. So there's some people find homeless people. They go on the dark web and buy all these fools a $60,000 line of credit. So then they go into all these different stores. They might go into a T-Mobile. They might go into an AT&T. They might go into a lot of different stores, and they might utilize that line that person's profile or pros to get multiple phones. Now, a lot of times people use business lines of credit to get to get multiple phones, but a lot of times people don't have LLCs and want to go through all that, so they just basically utilize the line of credit that the person get on their personal line. And depending on that person's credit score will determine how many lines they can get on their name. Now, when it comes to the business part, now getting you can get more phones on the business part. So what people do is they go on the dark web and they find business accounts. So when they find business accounts, they basically are just getting the information and fabricating the information, getting the person who owned the business so they can be able to open up a business. And a lot of times this is being done online. And a lot of times people have multiple business phones sent to a drop address. They don't go into the store. See, a lot of times people want to go into the store and be on the camera and really create a paper trail, but you never scammers and fraudsters never want to be on the camera. They never want to create a paper trail. So the iPhone scam has been popular for a very long time because one, it's easy to get iPhones. Anybody can go into a T-Mobile store right now and get at least 2 phones. And if you got other people who can get phones, or you get homeless people that can get phones, then it's more phones. Then you got the firm. the Klarna and the Firm app. Now, Firm will let you get up to like $20,000. So you got multiple pros or multiple fulls or profiles or multiple people that you can use to get phones. You might can rack up 150 phones and then take them to the phone store Habibi in them, and they'll cash you or cash that person right on out for those phones. So, and it's a lot of people that starting to understand the logistics of phones, because that's everybody want iPhones. It's not hard to get iPhones. People just make it seem like it's hard to get iPhones because of the identity part. And due to the dark web and due to it being multiple places and multiple businesses that deal with people's identity on a daily basis and people having connections in these businesses, it's kind of easy for somebody to get somebody's information nowadays. And the dark web is real. The dark web or the dark world is a place where a lot of things, a lot of illegal things, a lot of information is being sold and being utilized. And you can buy almost anything that you could possibly think of on the dark world or on the dark web. And a lot of people are newbies. A lot of people are new to the world and they try to do a lot of methods. And a lot of times people say a lot of people gatekeeping. Everybody wants somebody to give somebody something for free. But a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of times people are not even built for this type of stuff. Most people, it's a lot of people out here that want to do a method or do something or do some type of scam, and those be the same people that when they get caught, they start to narc on whoever told them the method or gave them the sauce. So it's like as the world evolves, the methods and the scams and the dark world and the dark web evolve. The youth is pushing is was where the youth runs the world, and it's a lot of people on the dark web, a lot of kids on the dark web that's starting to learn these methods and utilize these methods. So the Klarna method might be the easiest way that scammers and fraudsters might be able to get credit cards, because it's a line of credit, and you got a lot of thirsty people out here in the world that's trying to get some quick fast cash. And it's a lot of people who know how to social engineer or manipulate other people into believing or tricking them into thinking that they're going to get a lot of money off of this play. So the iPhone method has been going on for a long time. And like I said, it all surrounds around identity theft. A lot of people find people because a lot of people don't know how to get on the dark web. So a lot of times people just make a lot of different pages on different platforms that say, just promote, have a lot of different people come do business with them, and either buy the method from them or use their information to do different things. And it's a lot of lazy people out here that don't want to do the method, just want somebody to do something for them. And that's where people mess up at. Having want somebody to do something for you and they having your information is a red flag, because you're putting your trust into a scammer's hand and or a fraudster's hand, and you're asking them to do something illegal. So at the end of the day, if they didn't want to give you your money, what are you gonna do? What is that? What can you do? You're gonna tell the police like, "Hey, I wanted this person to do something illegal for me, and they didn't give me my money for me." No, it's not going to happen. So it's just people need to be more aware and more cautious and more understanding of what's really going on, because a lot of people are putting themselves into these positions because they see a lot of people on social media talking about and rappers talking about, oh, I did off iPhone this, iPhone scam that, and I made this and made that. And you got a lot of people that are followers and they want to make some money too. So that's just the beginner method on how people get phones. Now you got people out here that actually to take it to the next level and create synthetic identities, real CPNs, create synthetic businesses, and get over 50 phones as if they have 50 employees or 25 employees, and they do this on multiple fraudulent synthetic businesses and identities. And this is the next level of, because it's different levels to different scales. There's always going to be a higher level of doing something, and people everybody doesn't do the exact same thing. So there are people out there that like I said, the dark web. Like I tell you guys a lot of times, the dark web is becoming a place where is being ran by AI, by technology, and just like there's Chat GPT sites, there are fraud GPT sites, and there are sites on the dark web that are starting to generate and create different methods, different softwares for people or for the users to do a lot of different things. So there are GPT sites, fraud GPT sites that are creating CPNs, real CPNs, not pre-built CPNs, but CPNs with numbers that have not been attached to anybody. You just it's just like it's like a plug and play. You put the name in, you put the birth date, you put everything in, and it'll find the number and it'll find everything for you. And then there you go. Then it'll try merger, it'll tell you what bank to go to and everything. So there are sites on the dark web that are starting to get very sophisticated and they're doing a lot of different things. And these are sites are helping people create fraudulent businesses, fraudulent synthetic identities, and get iPhones and go sell those iPhones to Habibi and whoever wants to buy a cell phone. So when it comes to the iPhone method, it starts with identity because you're going to need the scammer or the fraudster is going to need somebody's identity, somebody's credit profile to be able to get a line of credit. Because that line of credit is going to allow them to be able to go purchase phones. So they might be able to go to an Apple store and purchase 10 phones. They might go be able to go or to a T-Mobile and get 5 phones. They might go to all these different places and get multiple phones. And utilizing different profiles from different people allows them to get more, which allows them to make more money. So the iPhone scam is definitely still going on as long as there are going to be iPhones around, and as long as the world keeps evolving and keeps just evolving with more ways to make money. It's always going to be a scam or some type of fraud being presented, right? So that's just a couple ways that scammers or fraudsters are utilizing identity theft to get iPhones. Um, and like I said, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to go do anything, but it's always the best way to be safe, cautious, and aware of what's going on in the world because nobody wants to become a victim. Nobody wants to have somebody get multiple iPhones in their name or anything like that. Then they'd be on the hook for it. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware out there in this real crazy world, man. So that's the iPhone method. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, hype up the videos, and I'll see you at the next method. Peace.